Here for the Lowe's early Black Friday deals? You're right on time for some of our biggest savings. We're talking up to 50% off select major appliances, plus up to an extra 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Holiday lights going up soon? Select ladders are up to 50% off right now. Get Black Friday prices without the Black Friday crowds. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 11/19. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Imposter syndrome, which hit me real bad last weekend. Welcome to another episode of Anxious Black Belt, podcast that focuses on karate, mental health, and everything in between. Make gifting easy with Benson Clegg. Handcrafted cufflinks, luxury accessories, and a proper British style. Trusted since the 1930s by royalty. Get 15% off with code KARATE15, exclusively for Anxious Black Belt podcast listeners. Shop now at bensonclegg.com. Today, we're going to be talking about imposter syndrome, which hit me real bad last weekend. I've been invited to teach at Budo Collective seminar with a lovely Gal Lever sensei from the Iron Ronin Budo, and focusing on Goju-Ryu stuff. Myself was showing a all-around karate based on Shineido karate and Taisabaki. And organizer Daljit, shout out to Daljin for doing a great job getting that seminar together. Been focusing on kind of Goju-Ryu application of kata and bit of a Muay Thai from Gary, bit of a kind of Ashihara inspired karate from me, so all around karate. And we had a program long in advance. Event was designed for a karate people, so I've been asked to do a introduction to ground skates for karate. And all great. I love teaching that for the beginners who never been in a groundwork situation, which is most of the karate dojo. I'm still learning, improving my skills in that area with my BJJ coach Tim. Shout out to a Black Badger BJJ. And I'm refining those skills. I use what works for me as a smaller person to escape, get back on the feet and fight on the feet. Because for my karate style or the style we're doing is we're more comfortable on the feet, and we want to be able to escape. So kind of a mix with self-defense and stand-up fighting. We of course do the throws, takedowns, and so on, and we're somewhat comfortable on the floor. But it's a very limited floor, allowing me to get back to the positions that I am more comfortable, and I can fight more efficiently. So standing up throws and limited groundwork. So like I said, I'm refining those skills, so I'm in no means the expert in it, but with karate circles, people ask me to do that because I do a little bit longer they do. And like I said, I'm actively training with a BJJ coach to improve those that work for karate. So anyway, I've been asked to do those. I agree, no problem, fine. But day before, Daljit kindly sent me a list of people with their grades, and that was a bit of a surprising moment and kind of a imposter feeling crept in, an anxiety crept in, because looking for the grades, I can see there's a Jonathan, first dan BJJ, couple other people, sorry I can't remember the names, who are purple belts in BJJ. Gary's a purple belt in the BJJ. I am a white belt in BJJ, so immediately thought was, what the hell I'm doing there? Why I'm teaching the groundwork, and why not ask those people who are far more experienced. So obviously my brain went to overdrive, and all the negative aspects bit brought forward. Or you're gonna make a fool of yourself, or you're gonna be showing something stupid. People from other systems and those who train BJJ gonna be laughing at you. They're gonna be correcting you because you do a silly stuff. So my mood traveling to a place of the workshop was somewhat anxious, stressful, overthinking stuff, and kind of worrying how it's gonna go. As pretty much as usual, it didn't materialize. Jonathan, I think it was Kirish. Sorry if I pronounce your name completely wrong. Been lovely person. Gary's a lovely person. Training was great. People took some stuff from my section where we've been working on a spinning movements of Tai Sabaki, 2 takedowns, 2 double sweeps, and kind of dealing with people who managed to stop us with our first technique with a follow-up kind of from a wrestling point of view and stuff like that. We've done quite a lot of clinching and gripping, which was nice to do with people who grapple as well, and kind of test myself against the people who are better than me in that area. There was no complaints. Nobody laughed at me. Gladly, I had a lucky escape with this one. But eventually we haven't done the groundwork because people be more interested in the flow drills for kata and testing the kata standing up and kind of going with the very smooth transitions from one position to other, and how that fits with the kata play that we're using. So the rules for that are that you're choosing one kata and you keep it to yourself, your partner choosing their kata, and you're both trying to actively use that kata in a ego-free flow sparring, which kind of always escalates a little bit, but people have been doing a great job to manage the emotions and play with it. So we swap a lot of partners, and everybody had a chance to try doing that. Again, we had a lot of Muay Thai combinations from Gary, which was lovely to see how that correspondence in the closed range of Goju Ryu, and how many similarities are in the applications of Muay Thai to our kata, because I'm doing a part of a Goju kata as well. So that was really nice to see. And then Gary done a lot of a entry to clinch. Again, same things that are found in a Muay Thai, you can find them in a Goju kata. So clinching with one hand, hanging elbows and stuff like that. So it was lovely to see. From that, I took over after Gary's session, and we follow up with a entries from that clinch to the takedowns, to the sweeps and to the pins. And I try to reference as well to how I do the kata and the movements from the kata correspondent with those grips, takedowns, pulls, throws, and so on and so on. So I think everybody is enjoying it. Again, my imposter thoughts were not materializing, and it's usually much more over exaggerated in my head than it is in reality. And this is the thing that lots of people miss when they are hit with a imposter syndrome, because we believe in our heads that those things going to materialize, and 90% of those are not gonna be ever come to fruition. They're never gonna get real. We're just wasting our energy on thinking about those. And I was trying to rationalize to myself that, don't think about that. You don't know what's gonna happen. Go with an open mind, go with a clean slate. Don't worry, just be there, okay, and see what's gonna happen. It is super difficult, and I know that it's very easy to say, and I hear that a lot from the people on the videos, podcast, then to trying to help, but saying just don't think that, don't do that, just change. It's all nice and easy to say if you're not going through that. From my own experience, I know that I shouldn't think like that, but it's still those thoughts creeping in. And my rationalization for that is that I am aware of my vulnerabilities, my kind of lack of knowledge in the area. So that's why that awareness of me not being a alpha and omega in that particular field um, manifests itself as a imposter syndrome, and I think this is a healthy thing because keeps me in check, gives me opportunity to reflect on how I do after the event and what I can improve, how it went. But I also try to acknowledge and focus on it that before there's no point for me to blowing out of the proportion my thoughts about what's gonna go wrong, how I'm gonna be embarrassed, how people gonna not like it. Because, like I said a couple times before, it's never materializing. Through my anxiety, I described it in my books. It's always myself tormenting myself in my head with what if, and a worst scenario, and this is a very difficult part of an anxiety and mental health that you don't have a respite from the brain, and you have to learn those processes to try to dim down the voice in your head or thoughts in your head, let them come, let them go, rationalize with them. It takes practice, and still it takes me by surprise, like on a Saturday, um, uh, having that message about the people from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu being on a karate seminar. And it just took me when my guard was down and beat the shit out of me. So tormented me mentally, but again, rationalization. I went to the event. None of those things happened. So I can start setting everything up back in my head that, you see, rational brain was right. The monkey brain was not right, panicking and doing stuff. So if possible, start doing processes if you have issues like that to gear to more towards the rational brain, think through, tell yourself that it's not gonna be happening like that. It's not gonna be the worst outcome. It might not be pleasant, might be embarrassing, but it's not gonna be end of the world. I know it's not gonna be successful in the beginning, but more you focus on those positive thoughts and just letting go of that negativity, the easier it is. Is it gone for 100%? No. Like I said, it bumps into me sometimes. And it's just with like injuries, right? You are training hard in a club, everything goes well, you go out from the club, you pick something up, and boom, the back pain is there. Keeping you awake, keeping you in pain, keeping you immobile. And it didn't happen in the gym or in the dojo because you've been paying attention, you've been prepared for that activity. Somewhere outside, you just done a bit dodgy move without preparation, without thinking about it, and boom, injury happened. And the same, in my opinion, is with the anxiety and stuff. When you learn to manage it, you keep it in check, and then just one moment of losing that focus on it, and boom, here it is, tormenting you again, and then the process starts again. So this was my reflection on last week and working through imposter syndrome. I know that many of my friends who teach for a very long time, sometimes they have imposter syndrome as well. Why would people come to my seminar? Why people would learn from me? Why people would work from me? And we are all unique, all having our own approaches. There is lots of room for everybody, and you're gonna have your group of followers, group of people who like you, and you're gonna have your haters, a group of people who are never gonna be happy with what you do. And we just need to put that all in perspective, in packages in your mind, and reach out to this one, avoid this one, focus on this one. And I hope that I'm gonna get better at it. It took me a long journey from a young person to an adult. I think I'm doing a good job now. I can kind of congratulate myself of um, being and being able and maintaining the an anxiety that sits in me, the imposter syndrome that whispers to my ears. And I'm quite happy where I am, what I do, and how many people I can help with my experience, talking openly on a workshops, talks, meetings with people about how martial arts helped me overcoming those issues, my mental issues, anxiety, imposter syndrome, depressions, and stuff like that. And I'm happy to go and spread the message to the other people. In a few weeks, I'll be visiting Andy's Man's Club, and we're gonna be talking about the benefits of martial arts on a mental health. Because when you're sparring, when you're fighting, it's very difficult to think about anything else except that fight, and your brain gets a break. If you would like to support the channel, best way to do it is to listen to another podcast or watch another video. If you would like to do more, then you can grab one of those lovely t-shirts through the fourth wall, shop for Karate for Mental Health CIC. And this week you've got a 25% off before a Black Friday. Link above and in description below. If you listen to the podcast, then it's description below. Grab some nice merch, support a good cause, and I'll see you on the next one.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.